He just blocked a whole bunch of people.
Did he?
Yeah, somebody said, "Oh, you've got some haters in Brutus." Fucking nuked about.
Got some haters, mate.
Oh yeah, he's just deleted everything. Loads of the chat. Is gone.
Haunted by a Ghost said, "Damn, Brutus, you have some haters." Because I'm still a mod, I can read all the deleted messages.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, there's just two Spurgs calling each other Jew. Is it what it is?
Is it like the Spider-Man thing? Oh, you're a Jew. You're the Jew.
Yeah. Go hide with your sister in a cave. Brutus me down for that.
All the Wignats have found Brutus. No, I don't know how that happened.
Ooh, I wonder how.
Oh, that's gonna
He's
be
like
fun.
a liberalist. Like his content is for like it's like Sargon fucking to your shit. You know, like why the fuck are Siege guys listening to Brutus?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, especially listening to Sojo.
Who's Bodhi Mantra? You know that, isn't he, Dom?
I think that's somebody. I think that's somebody over here.
He's been following Brutus for a while. Yeah, he's
And
American.
at the end, he said, "What are the new Ishmael?"
Yeah, he's a Siege tard. He's somebody from BP, probably.
1488.
That fucking Susie. Did anybody catch any of Susie?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, did you see? Did you hear the end of it?
Live had just said Brutus lacks a moral compass. Oh, you fucker!
Ooh.
When the Five Liver began to hate.
Ooh, that's a fucking jab enough, isn't it?
I got a clip there.
Yeah, Five Liver was all about fucking.
Oh, he just put it on screen. He's just seen it.
What has Brutus said to deserve that then?
He's hated.
What's he
Five
talking about?
Livers waking up.
White people, something their kids to the state. White people got to work, man. They're not fucking. Oh man, he's a thick cunt, mate. Pakistanis don't. Yeah, because Pakistanis force women to stay at home, and they'll beat them if they try anything else. So, oh man, he's a thick bastard. White people give their kids over to the state. You have to have your kids in school, otherwise the state's going to come knocking. Why aren't your kids in school? And they're going to take them off you. What the fuck? I wish I was on stream with him. He's such a thick bastard. It's funny, but he's annoying. It's sort of 50-50.
Yeah, it's like there's the point. Like if the point was like the bullseye on a dartboard, he's forever throwing fucking
At the wall.
Yeah, at the wall.
I mean,
He's hitting everything
not
else
to
but the
do-
dartboard.
Not to do a actually, but you know, there is actually like you can homeschool your kids. There is an option that you can.
Yeah, it's not illegal in this country.
Yeah, but those kids end up weird.
Yeah, they do if you don't socialise them properly. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a hell of a lot more work, isn't it? You think about it.
It is a lot more work, but then do you want your kid to be pumped full of globo homo, like crazy drag bullshit every day? I mean, it's a bit of a toss-up.
Oh, I understand it. It's a nice idea in principle, isn't it?
If you're a good enough parent, then they get home and you deprogram them. You need your kid to have a foot in both worlds, otherwise they're not going to survive.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you reckon?
Wouldn't it be nice
dunno.
though that you could just like not have to deprogram them if they just had an education,
exactly.
reading, writing, arithmetic, and the kids, you know, they're already socialised because church or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because there are like homeschool networks, so that you have like entire groups of people whereby the child would actually be in an actual class of other homeschooled children.
Well, the thing is, I always assume that someone from PA has homeschooled their child when you talk about homeschooling. So you imagine you have some PA spurg. I mean, your average PA spurg, you know, turns up at your fucking warehouse spurging. Turns up at your job site or whatever, spurging about the fucking Jews. Everyone's gonna look at them like there's some kind of fucking retard.
I mean, I think the general idea is you teach them not to do that. Like, you probably teach them not to turn up at their first job site spoken about the Jews.
You've got to legislate for the lowest common denominator, and it's going to be your average PA spurg.
If you follow the PA homeschool plan, then yeah. you're probably going to get that. But if like for
I mean,
normal,
imagine if nativist had a kid and homeschooled it. I mean, that's the scenario you've got to imagine when you talk about homeschooling kids.
nativist is never going to have a kid. Let's get real here. Let's get real here.
He's going
to buy a wife.
I reckon.
He's going to buy a wife.
It's not even much like buying an Eastern European bird, is he? Every time I see him in a fucking stream, I tell him that, and he gets mad. He's like, "Fuck off, you can't do this."
Because they know they can do better. So like,
My dad's great. He kicks Albanians up and down the old Kent Road.
Yeah.
oh,
I mean, he blames
okay,
Jews on the reason why he can't get a wife or a missus. It's just
Yeah.
like, mate, that's the biggest cope I've ever heard.
It's the Jews making me fat.
And the thing is, he doesn't want to leave London. It's just like, well, of course you're not going to fight. A lot of women are going to be very liberal because it's London, so either going to be extremely liberal.
What does 5 Live say to deserve this?
oh, it's going down.
5 Live wears black to apparel. Apparel.
It's going off in there now. Somebody's fed posting.
Nice.
All right, back to the dishes.
Nice.
I'd help dispose of the body. Fuck the police. 5 Live wears. Cups more.
Oof.
Everything.
Oh,
Just
shit,
bear in mind, Donny, I'm
just
streaming as well.
dying to jump in there and make a gag about the fucking hiding the body.
Snitches get stitches.
I'm
Jesus
surprised you
Christ.
already haven't jumped in, to be fucking honest with you.
I'm waiting because I've still got mod in there, so I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Oh, he's got Susie's back in there.
Oh no, God.
He might even wake up and realise I'm still a fucking mod in there and get rid of me, but I don't know. I'm just waiting for like the right moment to strike.
Ooh, this is Bateman, dude. This is somebody LARPing as Bateman.
Oh, that's
I'm
fun.
From Kentucky, land of blood feud. Learn about the Hatfields and McCoys. Oh, jeez.
Doesn't
Cringe, mate.
doesn't
Cringe.
Brutus like Bateman?
Has anyone else been watching the Fortune Winter Cup?
The what cup?
What's that?
Fortune Winter Cup. They've modded Pez to make all the like boards from Fortune. They've got all kinds of wacky shit as the players.
Oh, that's interesting. I've been on 4chan's X, but I haven't been. No, I haven't been looking at this stuff. No.
What are they 1 in and 2 in for?
Oh, it's they've got a player on Paul's team that's just called Jew, and his entire head is a nose. His entire head's a fucking nose.
What a surprise.
The courts are supposed to adjudicate controversy, and then Bodie Mantra says, "Not being your daddy." What the fuck's going on in there?
All right.
The glow niggers have found Brutus.
Ah.
She.
I was watching Terry Davis today. I was watching. Did you know he got run over by a train?
He's deleting all of them. He's deleting all of Haunted by Ghosts messages.
Yeah.
Why can't Brutus find himself a couple of mods?
I don't know.
Well, you what you mean? Like when he had mods and then
When he had friends.
yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to find replacements.
I'm the
Suppose
only
no one will
mod
have
in the
him.
chat. Fucking ironically enough, I'm the only mod in the chat.
Oh man, that says a lot, doesn't it?
Mods are out quick. Fed post.
Hemi, did he ever answer you?
What I might do is next time Cheek's in chat, shall I block him?
Yeah.
Oh, that will fucking kick off big time. Oh.
The data shows this is a planet
Just
without
remove
natural
the
silicone
chat,
veins.
remove the thing.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah,
you can
ban him
still
from the
obtain
channel.
some by smelting stone ore.
Oh shit, hold on, shall
While
I
you
flag
still
him?
need a
Shall I
massive
flag
silicone
Brutus?
collection.
What are they
He's a
talking
why
about?
not?
Planet rich with
Hateful
silicone
or
veins
abusive
as soon as
sexual
possible.
content or hateful or abusive? Hateful or abusive?
Hateful or abusive.
Is
Probably all of it,
it's,
huh?
it's
Harmful or dangerous
Coletti.
facts?
You can try to view the whole
Hateful
planet.
or
Isn't
abusive
Coletti
content.
still?
And the entire cluster.
Isn't Coletti
Yep.
still
Marco's
a
still
mod
in
in
lower
there?
left corner
Yep.
of the screen.
Marco's still a mod in there,
Yeah.
I believe.
In it, mate.
Strapane.
Good.
I've just flagged Brutus. I've
No,
just flagged
Tim.
Brutus.
Tendies on my plate.
Those thumbs down are some fucking rookie numbers. Only 18
Oh,
thumbs
yeah.
down compared to 20 thumbs up.
Oh, the rookie numbers.
We got to get these numbers up.
Yeah.
His YouTube description contains a Twitter account that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I tried telling him that, and he just ignored me. I was like, mate, all your social media details are out of fucking date, you silly cunt. And he just ignored it.
Oh, he's Hector. He's Hector now at Brutus2 on Telegram.
Oh, that's
Good
nice.
shit.
Why don't you heck
Telegram
right now?
works.
Am I right? Am I right?
What's he saying on Twitter? Anything interesting?
No.
No.
Save us, guys.
Holding hands with Indian skies.
The narrator of the game
They're gonna
doesn't know
lazy.
what
Full
girl.
of Indians, guys.
It's a
What can I
Chinese
say?
game.
Oh, they're playing the fucking Snake Eater song in the Winter Cup.
Oh, Brutus has 2 subscribers on Subscribestar.
Fucking Leon and
Oh
Ash.
shit. He's really grifting those pay cooks.
One born every minute?
You what, mate?
There's one born every minute.
Imagine giving money to Brutus.
You was born last minute.
Imagine giving money to anyone.
I know.
That's
Why don't you give him
capital.
money to Brutus?
That's capitalism, that is. Fuck giving
That's
money
racist.
to people.
I'll hear no more of this racism.
Yeah.
Hard to a fit posting in chat right now.
Why have you put all the monkey emojis in there?
I don't know. It felt like it.
It's because of my monkey posting earlier.
Yeah, I think that's probably helped. So at the monkey.
Return.
Monkey.
Right, actually, Roy likes quite at home on Brutus's channel because he's boring enough, isn't he? It's kind of him or Sojo. You can't really tell the difference, can
You
you?
just call it Four Lions Radio now.
Oh, 4 lions.
4 line radios, more like.
Oh, I've got other people guessing in the
Four
chat.
skins,
Why the
right?
ape emoji? Why the ape emoji? Ooga booga, that's why.
Ooga ma booga.
I think I'm gonna go off now.
See you, Skooks.
See you, Skugget.
Do a pull for me.
I'll talk whenever.
Yes, you
Yeah.
certainly will.
You go for a poo, Skugget.
Go
Yes.
with a pull, Skooks.
Bruh.
Do a pull.
Oh, hold on. What has Brutus been saying? So Brooke Perkins says, would you not turn in a family member for paedophilia because of an arbitrary loyalty?
Oh.
Uncivilized. Oh, Brutus. oh.
Depends on the child, Brutus, apparently.
Yeah.
Is there
Depends
like
on the race of the child.
Jesus fucking Christ. Is he a paedophile? I mean, he just can't stay away from it, can he?
No.
I just think he's just. Oh, I don't know, man.
Makes
Too much of an
out.
autist to even realise what he's
the
fucking saying.
incel shit, dude. That's what it is.
there's certain like holes you can't dig yourself out of.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not like it's a hole. He's making a whole fucking like underground car parking fucking garage down there, isn't he? He's turning it into turning it into a fucking deep underground base, isn't he? He's
sinkhole,
building
yeah.
building a dumps on it, isn't
He's building a quarry for himself.
he? Yeah. Oh, Hobbit! I'm doing a bonus episode of 14 Words tomorrow night.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Dietrich's gonna come
You
on and
you
talk
mentioned.
about the little buggers. Yeah.
Well, because you see, I was thinking of doing like a test call-in show tomorrow, but it's like, no, isn't there 40 words?
Yeah. I think we're only doing it for an hour anyway because he
What?
hasn't got a lot of time because he misses. So we're just going to talk about yaois for a bit.
Wait, not the Japanese pornography.
No,
No.
the
Bigfoot.
Australian fucking
He's seen Bigfoot. Hobbit.
Ah, yaois, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's different.
Funny.
I don't want to know what you're thinking about. I bet.
You spend enough time on the internet, you start learning bits of Japanese. Think I'm turning Japanese? I don't think so.
Oh, fucking hell. Haunted by a Ghost. The Zions are doing it right, completely in line with nature.
In the words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
Ooh. Yeah. Get your tongue out of Brutus's ass. Dogs
Splitter
do
with
that.
4 directions. It can split. the
Get your
power
tongue out of my asshole.
multiple conveyor belts. The splitting speed depends on the conveyor belt speed. Use the tab key to switch between different styles, and click it to set priorities and filters.
Wonder if Liam set these retards loose on him.
It ain't easy being Brutus.
Top Cat's quiet. He's got his mic muted.
Oh yeah,
Hello,
well,
Top Cat.
you know it's impolite to talk to men when
Oh
you're
my
in
God,
bed.
they're talking about taking down statues now. What fucking time loop are they in?
2016. 17.
I mean, this proves the Mandela effect is real because here's people that are on a different timeline.
Did Hobbit put my monkeys up, or didn't he do it?
I didn't do anything. No, I'm playing a game and I'm streaming it because I said I was going to do it, and I thought rather than me talking about it, I'll just let you guys talk so I can not do anything. I like it doing that way.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hungry.
Hungry.
Rolled with the Final Fantasy VII thing.
Shit, I had that game when I was a kid. Fucking hell. Years ago.
Is that the one that the wastrel stole off of Geralt?
Oh,
wasn't
me
it?
wastrels and me free running group in Preston. That's me.
Do you know the free running? Jay wouldn't, because that was a
No,
PC, weren't it?
Don't know.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious. That was. It's some more of Geralt's fucking golden drunken ramblings.
I used to do
he
parkour with the bullies, and then they're not bullying anymore. Because
We should get him back in here, man. He was fucking funny when I listened to him.
He's not ready. He's not ready yet.
no,
I don't think he'll ever be ready, but he's definitely not ready at the moment.
I hope he doesn't die from drunken alcoholism. But the way he's
I
going,
think he might be getting better because he DM'd me earlier and we had a chat for a bit.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
that's
still
all
talking
right.
about old episodes of JDLE.
You're shitting me.
To be fair, there's not a lot else to talk about apart from history. When I spring someone, it's just like, what the fuck you talk about? It's just like, well, either news or shit we've done from the past. You know, that's what we really talk about.
Yeah, but Geralt has been like this since you could still go around places. Basically, we used to, me and Geralt used to do a podcast on Vanguard, and it was a pretty big network, and we had like 225 live listeners an episode.
That's pretty good.
And Geralt's never fucking got past the fact we got thrown off there.
What'd you get bullied for?
Vinny.
Fucking Vinny constantly used to have a go at the fucking Alex Jones's fucking ego.
Yep.
The producer was called Underwater Alex Jones, and
Yeah.
didn't he say? Didn't he say to him, "She's not going to shag you," you know?
Donations.
Oh,
He sent that picture to somebody on Telegram. You saw that, right, him? He's fucking the one on Lacey.
Yeah.
Not Scottish Lacey. They don't like her at all, dude.
Fucking hell.
It's a Godwinson Live News Alert.
it's a wonderful world.
There. Oh, the Vanguard days were funny though.
They were.
We started off on our first episode open warfare with the chat, Jay.
That's the way to start a show. Fucking all of our listeners are cunts.
Well, you know, Dietrich that always drops into the chats.
Yeah.
Dietrich, we said something about the Irish that got his back up, and we just engaged in open warfare with the chat. Because most of them were wignats. We used to call them fucking idiots and everything. It was hilarious.
How it just the chimp out.
Wignats are easy to bait, though, aren't they? Fucking hell, man.
Underwater Alex Jones used to fucking chew us out at the end of every episode because Vinny had said something about somebody usually.
It sounds like you had a good time then.
Oh, Oh dear. Well, what was it? Was it something about sticking Skittles up fucking Lioness's ass?
Yeah.
I bet she's probably fucking done that.
I remember I just when I started off with you guys, I was catching the tail end of that, and I just thought it was like some sort of bit. Like, he'd wind him up and he'd be like, "Oh, guys, you've been naughty again. You shouldn't do that. Now, you're naughty."
Well, Vinny basically had the reading and writing comprehension of a toddler. So Hunter, thinking he was clever, did a Vinny-style fucking donation. But you could tell it was Hunter because the language was so much better in it.
He got unstuck, did he? Fucking hell.
I
talk about mucal fucking membranes and all sorts of... Oh, it's just so funny.
But to be fair, I mean, the other thing is Vinny's donations. They were something else. It's like, how am I going to get Geralt to say like really disgusting filth?
Can you watch any old episodes? Are they all gone now?
No, they're all gone. I mean, over half of them have got us Hunter on there and us taking the piss out of him. That is Domino's, fucking Domino's 1488 fucking account. And then there was the time Hunter said he was going to cut Capston's head off. Cut your fucking head off! That was hilarious.
Maybe he was talking about cutting too much.
Oh yeah, it was a happier time back then. The Fed posts were free and fast.
Yeah, when Cappy wasn't such a massive spurg.
Yeah, that was true. There was a time when he wasn't.
That was a real
Yeah.
thing, was it?
Yeah. He's just. I think it was Dangerfield that broke Cappy when he got to the position where Dangerfield accused him of being a paedophile. I mean,
I've got to be.
I mean,
you guys, I've got to be
Dangerfield's a tricky
serious.
bastard. I don't like him, but he's a wordsmith. But I wouldn't ever be in that position. Fucking hell.
Oh, it's just Cappy was being like cagey and trying to be clever, and basically, Cappy did the verbal equivalent of rolling up into a ball like a little hedgehog, and and Dangerfield was just a nigger with a stick, and that's how it ended up.
Yeah, Dangerfield, like I said, he's a tricky bastard. You can't underestimate him.
Yeah.
Didn't Cappy write a manifesto on why women are so shit?
Yep.
I do actually.
Oh, do you catch bits of tinsel
Really?
on the crystal dome and stuff them in the box for a prize?
Why women shouldn't be allowed in the movement? Do you want me to
we have to read that.
Please post this.
Fucking hell. That is
I need
autistic
to.
as fuck.
What's up, Gomez?
I've got no idea where it is, so it's going to take a while.
No women.
When I knew Hunter, he was a poet. What happened?
Well, the poetry became Fed posty.
Yeah.
Well, the Fed posting was always intertwined with the poetry, but he carried himself with like an air of faux sophistication, I remember.
Poetic Fed poster, right?
Oh, speaking of sophistication, chat were all complaining. It's like, why is Godwinson phone posting? He should get himself a proper setup.
I sent you it, didn't I, Govins?
There's no such thing as anyone human, you know, that uses a proper microphone and doesn't just scream into their camera.
That's the way to do it. Hey, Godwin, so you ever followed the life and times of Terry Davis? I found out he died recently.
He died like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
He got hit by a train.
He died ages ago.
The Temple OS guy, right?
Yeah, that's it. He's made God's Third Temple. He was an interesting individual.
Yeah. I mean, he was quite mentally distressed.
Yes.
Glow-in-the-dark CIA N-words is probably his lasting legacy.
Yes. But to be fair, I mean, the thing is, though, I think he was genuinely in contact with God, and that's what made him go mad. or maybe he was mad and that's why he was in contact with God. Is it chicken or egg? I'm not sure what comes first.
Well, there was a big controversy about. There was a bigger YouTuber guy that sort of exposed him to the rest of the world, and soon afterwards he threw himself under a train. Does that guy carry any responsibility for that man's death, or do you just predispose him towards suicide anyway, in your assessment?
Yeah, it's a good question. Straw that broke the camel's back?
Right. Okay. That's a fresh perspective from someone who's not really seen much of Terry. I'd have always thought that he was predisposed to suicide anyway. He was fucking mental.
Yes.
But, maybe it was life circumstances that piled upon him. Poor guy.
Yeah. I watched a video, a documentary called Down the Rabbit Hole, and it was showing like his speech was getting increasingly slurred and less lucid, and it's like, it's sad to see him like. Well, the thing is, you see, I used to know a guy that was a lot like that. His dad worked for Apple, and he was. It's sad.
It's I suppose it's classic schizophrenia, isn't it? It manifests late 20s, perhaps early 30s, and then just continues to devastate your life. But there's no denying that Terry was a incredibly intelligent person.
Yeah, I think I don't have the words to describe it, but I think there's like a lot of like, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's untapped potential, and it can make people go crazy. I mean, ideally, he should have been working. Well, not Microsoft. I don't think he'd ever work with Microsoft, but in an ideal world, he would have had gainful employment and he'd have been consulted. But the other thing is, sometimes you just can't work with those people. Occasionally, they're just like, yeah, I'm going to take all my clothes off now and say I'm Napoleon.
Well, Terry then reminds me of Owen Benjamin now.
Really?
Well, Owen Benjamin's lost his mind, hasn't he? He's trying to set up Beartaria, compound in the woods with everyone's money. I think he's raised about 200 grand for it. He sued Patreon successfully, and all he wants to do is now scream about the J.
Well,
yeah, he's going down the Terry Davis trajectory. I just hope he doesn't throw himself under a train.
Is Owen Benjamin the guy he says he's a comedian and?
Yeah, so I think he was in like an Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller movie, very minor Hollywood, below Z-lister, and then he discovered Jordan Peterson, I believe the timeline is. He thought he was a based lobster. And then he found out that Jordan Peterson was shilling for Israel. And therefore, he just went all in on the American History X coin.
I remember it now. Yeah, that was it. I was watching one of his videos. Someone was telling me like he was, God's gift to the movement. And it was this 50-minute long rant, and it only ended because the battery in his laptop ended. And all throughout this time, I just thought, yeah, that point he was making could have been done in 5 minutes. And so I just said, yeah, okay, he said some interesting points, but it could have been condensed into 5 minutes. And then there was this guy called Alt Skull was just like saying, oh, you're a fucking idiot and this and that, and what a dickhead I am. And then only later... I
just found Brutus's book.
Brutus did a book?
Brutus has a book?
I just found Brutus's book, the Brutus Plan.
Oh, he wrote a book,
What's
did he?
it called?
The Brutus Plan.
The Brutus Plan. Jesus Christ.
Is it the Brutus diet plan? Like you cook with cow shit, you're vegetarian, and then you'll be fine.
Dealing pad, Brutus's book. I just found it.
This is how we're going to save the white race, guys. We're going to have cook with dog shit.
It amazes me that this is the second draft.
Oh, so there's more than one, is there?
I've also found. I've just found that when Zero was on 14 Words, he planned on doing a magazine to go with the show. I've just found that as well, but I can't find that Cappy's thing about women.
Yeah, why is like oh yeah, because didn't like Cappy have like a no girls allowed Discord server?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fortunately, I got to show it from all that on my old Discord.
Your discount
Brutus
Discord
plan.
account.
The white race is being exterminated by the Jews, and we must save it.
That's it, innit,
Okay.
bruv?
Brutus goes out of his way to say he's not a wig now, though. So what the fuck is
Well, it's like
This
saying...
is one of the best things I've ever read.
What, you mean the Brutus plan?
This is amazing. Look, this is where he relays a story of a man who gave him the coldest take ever. I knew a man who was an officer in the British Army, and he once told me that if you're in a difficult situation, you must make a plan of action and then follow it. Fucking hell. You can get that off your granny in Tesco, couldn't you? What an ice cold hot take.
So are you going to be...
Paganism, Buddhism, the Vader in there as well.
So, Gobinson, now you're sold, are you committed to paying Brutus £1 a month on Subscribestar?
Well, I might give him my half of a Bitcoin that I'm holding, so...
Well, that's actually like a significant amount of money.
What is a PUA?
Pickup artist. Isn't it bad? We both know what that is.
Does he establish the acronym?
No, it just...
Like, 'cause I'm looking for where he says, this is what it is, and from now on I'm going to use the acronym.
No.
It's just to know.
It's just...
Eric Trump's recent use of the term shekel is a good example that this is already happening.
This is amazing. There should
How
be a
old is
glossary
this?
of terms or something. What's the manosphere?
Oh god.
It's not gay.
Any PUA, manosphere, anything, just think your inch fee.
I know
Definitely not
for a
gay,
fact that it's definitely not gay.
Definitely
Not
gay.
gay. And he's telling you it's not gay as a man that once held hands with an
Oh,
Indian.
actually, I'm reminded of the scene from Johnny Bravo where it's like, Mum, this man's looking at pictures of naked men. No, little girl, you don't.
So just I don't know what page number it is because he hasn't numbered them properly. But then, of course, there are two photographs of Baron Trump wearing New Balance. Why would the son of the president
I've just
Red New
accidentally
Balance.
fell on that exact same page.
be wearing a working class shoe? Is there such thing as a working class shoe? What possible? So this is like a full page on the shoe.
It's because they used to be really cheap. They used to be like what the poor kids would wear in school.
How old is
But
this?
so his
He's still
conclusion.
going on about Paul Nealon.
His conclusion for this 13-year-old boy wearing a shoe is the only way that this can make sense is if he's deliberately trying to dog whistle to the alt-right. What?
That's because...
This is like unbridled.
That's a good little sentence.
That was
Perhaps we
Andrew
could live in a
Anglin's fashion
dystopian
sentence.
Chinese robot world for a few generations.
Well, the reason for New Balance is because Andrew Anglin was promoting you wear New Balance and that. Interdimensional Lizard in my chat says anything from Shoe Zone is working class. I think he's onto something there.
Yeah, but my point is, so if you wear a pair of shoes from Shoe Zone, does that mean you're gassing the K's and dog whistling?
I
Or is it
guess
just
so,
your-
yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, red for the Republican Party. That's what it was.
If you eat certain clothes or you work in a certain way, that means you want death to everybody that you don't like. And that's the only sensible. Anything else is not sensible.
So, just quick, how did you get a hold of this document?
He emailed it to me about 4 years ago. No.
What
about 2
for?
years
Sort
ago.
of review, or
Yeah, this is the review copy.
what was the review you gave? Because this is insanity.
Never read it. This is the first time I've read it.
Holy shit.
Look, what is this? I would also like to see him. This is Trump, I assume. He wants Trump to pursue some form of protectionist, libertarian economic policy. which would mean tariffs and small military government. Well, that's not libertarian, is it?
I don't know. I mean, isn't libertarian child sex water parks and recreational McNukes?
There we go. What's Aryan Vedic?
Oh yeah.
'Cause he larps as an Indian. doesn't he?
India is the true Aryan master race.
Good God.
So you're a convert now.
I mean, do people really think the NHS... Like, because here we go. I'm personally against socialism and believe the NHS is a huge waste of time and money.
All right.
So it's like, the NHS isn't a socialist endeavour. I think it was always intended to be a neoliberal project, wasn't it?
Mm.
So you convert now. You're gonna join Brutus Krishnaism.
Your Brutus pill day, you know.
Well, I'm on the spoils of war now, where he's finally getting in. Oh, sorry. He says, before I get into the details of the plan to save the white race, let me explain that this Brutus plan is also a very selfish plan to save myself. Holy fuck.
Hey, at least
It
he's
is
honest.
unashamedly a plan to make me rich and famous. Do you reckon he put this into Dragon's Den before he sent it to you, Heavy? Peter Jones gave him the 100k investment. This is insane! Look at this! It is a plan that will see me retire one day on a rental income so I can spend my time skiing in the Alps with my smoking hot young wife and our kids. Now, this may seem disgusting to many people.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
do you think the Aryan Indians would be skiing on the French Alps? Like,
They might be shitting on them.
Oh dear.
so he goes from that to a little treatise on the Trojan War. This is bizarre.
Wow, you've got to read ahead. Then you got to do an expose, and this is the way to save the white race.
Is this
The
Siege
thing is,
2,
he makes the point.
Is this Siege 2 we've got here? Is it?
On the first few pages, he makes the point that to blame the J for anything is counterproductive, right? I think that's the whole. But every single, like, now he's pointing the finger at the J, which is
Oh, he's shitting Linux now.
he's The point was driven home to me by a YouTube channel called Charisma on Demand, where they talk about the behaviour of a dwarf, Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. What? Is this a diary? Is this like the events of his day or something?
So you're telling me, like, you know, Terry Davis, move over. Here comes Brutus.
Yeah.
Basically.
When's
I once went to a meeting of the London Forum in which some representatives of the National Front were there.
I've just
disrespect.
seen a video. It's how to go from boy psychology to man. I'm just having a look at this. What's it called? The Charisma on Demand channel.
This is something Rushvi would write, isn't it? It's like, how hard is it to offer a young man a position of power and influence when we can win this fight? It's
Brutus was upset because he says, "Well, look, when we win this, I want something out of it, and no one's offering me a house, no one's offering me a yacht, no one's offering me nothing." It's like, but we're not in a position to do that. Yes, but if you won, all right. If I won, then you get the crown jewels. There you go.
This is the best thing I've ever read. In response to this, you could ask, who am I to ask for fame and glory? I have only a small voice and very few followers. Why should I expect a slice of the pie when victory is won? Well, firstly, the reason I have so few followers is because I keep getting shut down on YouTube. I did have 1,000 subscribers at the beginning of 2017. This is crazy. I was getting 50 new subscribers and I could easily make 5 videos a week. What is this? Who is he writing this to?
but the glorious thing is, Robinson, is his thinking hasn't changed one bit. He's still exactly the same person that he was at the moment he wrote
Oh,
this.
well, you like this. So why can't Morgoth go full time, even when he asked his followers to donate to him, so that he could? Because he obviously doesn't understand the nature of charity, and so he's incapable of training his followers to donate to him.
Well, here's the perfect example of how he hasn't changed. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what page this is on. This is on page 17, second paragraph. He goes, on a similar note, I would also like to say that I believe all the leaders of the alt-right should write books, so we know what they are thinking. Where is Richard Spencer's book? He is the public face of the alt-right. So he's been waiting on this book for years then, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I wonder if he's got a pre-order with Waterstones.
What, you think they're going to give him an advance?
Well, I mean, because he was on about Richard Spencer. Where's Richard's book? Where's his book, though? When he was talking to Royal Oak, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Robinson, are you gonna do a forward for him?
Hemi, Duke's in Brutus's chat.
You want me to...
He's up to you.
Shall I?
Inshallah.
You might not hear the shitstorm though, because he's not on the stream. As Colin Liddell said on my stream, oh, you done it?
I'm just getting all of his messages on the channel.
Yeah, sorry. He was talking about Colin Liddell and he's gone. Like that. Fucking gone.
But I guess the thing is that I am basically a MAGA guy, and the Brutus plan is a MAGA plan.
He literally hasn't changed. I think he only changed his view on Trump about a week ago.
What, was he off the Trump train?
I think he might be. I think I don't think he's off. I think he's just in the dining car.
Oh, he's trying to get out, but it's so jam-packed full of Indians that it's a bit of a squeeze.
Oh, he's on the roof.
Yeah.
Is that out? He's on the roof. Is that out? People should think of the future. What we will have left over in 5 or 10 years. Time except a trail of memes.
Well, how long has it been since he wrote this? It must be pushing 5 years, right?
Yeah, 4 years.
I think it was 2. I think it was 2 years. I think
2
it was 2
years
years.
ago.
He sent me a copy of it.
I can't say this because it might get you deplatformed. But he writes.
Yeah.
He writes basically, don't get your hopes up, and this is a direct quote. Corbyn is never going to G the K's.
Yes.
He is a spineless puppet
Yes.
that rules over the Pakistan rape gang party.
That is their official title, yes. That is Corbyn, we all remembered him. He was a good lad, wasn't he? We all liked him.
The
Oh,
symbol,
wait.
The symbol of the Fabian Society is a tortoise with the words, "When I strike hard."
I thought it was a
Plan to
wolf
go
in
to-
sheep's clothing.
No, it's a tortoise.
Hey,
Oh, God.
Godwinson, did you...
This is not a pie-in-the-sky idea. This is a very doable thing that we could achieve. If Millennial Woes and Mark Collett and other leaders of the British white nationalism were to get behind this course of action, we could make this happen quite easily. This is like taking over the world. All we need is Mark Collett and Millennial Woes.
Oh, Jesus. Stone Cold thing.
Well, it could be worse. I'm not sure how, but I'm sure it could be worse. There's always a way of being worse.
Is Brutus actually are we getting this all wrong? And Brutus is actually the greatest satirist of our age.
He's cute. He's cute.
This has got to be satire, hasn't it? Or this has come directly from TCHQ.
Also, I know I talked about this at the beginning, and I don't want to drag on about it too much, but you have to understand that I am a content creator, and much of what I say could probably be classified as hate speech if the authorities wanted to.
Oh, he's talking about gays
The
now.
risk of jail time hanging over my head at every moment of every day.
All right.
Are you ready for this one? If you complain about homosexuals like Greg Johnson being in the movement, then you will find all of a sudden that people like Millennial Woes don't want to talk to you anymore. What a shame that would be.
Why would that be?
Jesus.
So just last night I was browsing outofwork.com because I wanted to buy a prostitute for an hour, and I've also repeatedly failed to give up the wanking team.
Did he write this?
Well, you know what? He put it in the book, so he must have wanted people to read it.
I can't believe I've sat on this for 2 years.
Who's Big Cat Kayla?
Oh, what happened to Big Cat Kayla? Yeah, Bruce fancied her.
She was
with Joaquin and all them.
Gobinson. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Yep. Dingo.
So he says here, if you want an example of how you should behave, then look at Dingo's sidekick, Big Cat Kayla, right? She interviewed me and listened to me rant and complain about Greg Johnson being a homosexual and Weave being a Jew. She didn't tell me to shut up and stop punching right.
You built a
And didn't try to censor me.
which is
Of course, she didn't accept my opinions, and she's still buddy-buddy with Grinder Greg. But that doesn't bother me. The point is that she allowed me to voice my frustration and my anger. And for that I am grateful. But Millennial Woes and his gay liberal friends, they have nothing but my contempt now, because they are not giving me my voice.
Oh, Jesus.
How should a man get his trad wife if he wants one? Well, I reckon you should move out of the city into a small white town or village somewhere. The idea would be a little white village of 2,000 people. I reckon that's the sweet spot because it's small enough not to have a council estate full of smackheads. And a shop and a sense of community. So move there and commute to work. Find a wife, God knows how, but try to get somebody young, preferably a virgin.
Oh,
You got to fuck him before the packies do.
Fucking hell.
You ready for this one? This is why I like Christopher Cantwell so much. He is a former libertarian who runs a talk show with open phone lines, and he was red-pilled by people phoning him and talking about the Jays and race realism. Now that is a man I can trust.
Yeah.
A lot of people are upset about the fact that he talked to the FBI in order to get some Antifa goons thrown in prison. But if you don't like him doing this, then you can always phone him up and tell him. This is great.
I do believe, in fact, people did ring them up and told him that.
yeah.
Oh dear. Brutus is the great. Right, so
Bruce is the greatest story never told.
Preferably a virgin. People say that a woman will follow the flag a man is flying, so as long as she isn't too brainwashed. If she loves you, she will get on board with the trad thing. So then what you want to do is when you've convinced her to go trad, is you want to stop her from taking contraception. This is crucial, so pay attention. Girls are all messed up in the head because they're taking this poison of contraception and it's screwing their hormones up.
I mean, he's not wrong.
In traditional society, young women would be constantly pregnant. So if you're screwing your wife and she's not getting pregnant over and over again, she's going to think at the back of her mind there is something wrong with you, and she'll start thinking about fucking some other guy. Oh,
Gosh.
This is brilliant.
This is the secret. This is the secret, guys. To a trad marriage, in my opinion. Don't let your wife use contraception, and then when she's not pregnant, she'll be burning with lust for you, and you will have multiple kids. And then how is she going to leave you if you have 6 or 7 or 8 kids together?
Well, hey,
fuck.
it worked for Sue Radford.
I knew it was mental, but this just...
level.
yeah.
But guys,
You
is he
can hand
though?
this out whenever he joins a Discord. Surely to God, inform your members.
Oh dear.
Wow.
I mean, I hear you mocking him, but at the same time, look at, was it Nick and Sue Radford with 23 children?
Yeah.
The first
But
one...
he also got her while she was
Well,
really
in
young,
fact, when
right?
she was 13.
13, yeah, that's it. She was pregnant by 13.
Problem with gays these days is that they have been weaponized and turned into a death cult. This needs to be smashed.
Brutus has even got 12 steps for life. Do you want to know Brutus's 12 steps for life? One, take the red pill. 2, get a
Take
job.
the red pill!
2, get a job. 3, get some red-pilled friends who are going to be loyal to you and who you know in real life. 4, move to a suitable town or village away from the hordes of blacks, preferably with your red-pilled mates as women like a man with friends as it's more meant to protect her. Loners are good for casual sex. With mates are good for us.
You ready for this one? Also, the female question needs to be asked. Do we really need to send girls to school? Why are we getting taxed to pay for females to learn stuff when all they need to do is get married at 16 and make babies? This is crazy.
Where does someone get this sort of fucking ideology?
There's a nut house,
I
man.
mean, I hear you. I hear you repeating it, but you have no refutation for his points. See, nobody can refute me. What's wrong with bestiality? See,
The millennial woes defense.
Yeah.
This is his plan. See, you can't, can you?
no, you can't refute my
There's nothing wrong with bestiality. You can't refute
So
that.
step 5 is get reasonably fit. It's mostly psychology with the ladies, so don't worry too much. Just don't be a fat bastard. Read the manosphere and learn a bit of game. 7, find girl. If you want to find a virgin, you better go to church.
The spoils of war.
Has he ever been to a church?
How's he going to go to church when he's Hindu?
Yeah.
8, marry girl, stop her taking the pill, keep getting her pregnant. Oh yeah, and get a prenup if you can.
Well, I thought if the Brutus plan pays off, you find the right girl that you don't have to get the prenup, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be too
What's
busy.
prenup?
She's
Brutus does prenubs.
she's going to be too busy being pregnant to worry about prenups.
We're
Try
burning
and
through
keep
content.
your wife
Amy.
away from bad influences.
Oh, it's
especially
all right.
other women.
I'm streaming
Brutus
this.
Brutus literally fucking domestic abuse.
Oh, Hemi, this one.
Pretty much, yeah. Fucking
So then,
Christ.
what is the Brutus plan? What is my master plan to save the white race? When the plan is arranged in 7 conclusions, each one following from the first, the white race is being exterminated by the Jays, and we must save it. To save the white race, we must save America. To save America, we must get white nationalist president elected. If we're going to get a white nationalist president elected, our best chance is 2024. If we're going to get elected in 2024, we should do it on a Trumpist platform. To get our candidate elected, we must build our own social media.
Oh,
there must be a spiritual
no,
rebirth
no.
for the white race.
No,
Oh.
no, you can't do that. No.
So step 9, try to keep your wife away from bad influences, especially other women. This is why you need red pill mates in the local area, so your wife can be friends with their wives and you can form your own little clique.
Why does he
10,
just join
ask-
Islam?
10, ask your boomer parents to help you buy a house. Oi, boomer parent, buy me a house.
That's solid
You might
life
even have
advice.
to live with them. That's how our ancestors did it. 11. Homeschool your kids to stop them from turning into homosexuals.
He's obsessed with homosexuals. Fuck it. I've never seen someone so far in a closet in my entire life.
Well, this one here. Yes, having sex outside of marriage is bad, but we live in a slutty age, and if you don't learn game, then no girl is gonna want to marry you. And then the next sentence is, fractional reserve banking is bad, but I need money to eat, and my job wants to pay into a bank account. So what can I do about it? Basically, the Jays have set the rules for this war we are fighting, and to a certain extent, we're going to have to fight on terms. Otherwise, we aren't going to get anywhere. Just like that paragraph. Like, what was that about? This is crazy. This is a diary, isn't it? This is like a stream of consciousness diary.
Obviously, 12 was all caps, get ready for the race war.
It's surprising him and Hunter weren't best of friends.
See, well, they both wanted the.
So, one time I was in a shop and I was talking to some guy about Pakistani rape gangs. I didn't know this guy very well, but I knew him enough to know that he wasn't very political or even that right wing. But he got so angry while I was talking about that, he started doing the Roman salute right there in the shop and talking loudly about how we needed a military dictatorship. Did this happen?
What sort of shop was this?
He just accosts this guy at the counter, like buying a scratch card, and goes, "Oh, let me tell you about the Pakistani rape gangs." And then this guy suddenly bursts out with the Romans. Like, this is lies.
You say it's lies, but I've been.
The Sun. Do you want anything else? Yeah, I want a military hunter.
You say it's lies, but the thing is, sometimes you meet these people, and it's like. If you hadn't been there, you'd be like, oh, you'd never believe who I met. I've been into pubs before where there's like ex-servicemen, and there also was a time when I had my granddad there, and he sort of immediately clocked him as being in the forces, and he started talking about, oh yeah, I used to be, I was killing nignogs in Africa. I did it for my country. And the landlady who knew him was like, all right, Gary, come on. It's time to go to bed. It's time to go home, go to bed. And it's like, I'm just there laughing.
Here we go. Do you want an anecdote? I remember sitting on a car park not so long ago and watching this beta male soy boy walk past me. He was with a big beard and a man bag, and I laughed to myself at him when I saw him. But then he kept walking and met his wife and his kid, and it made me wonder if perhaps I've been reading a little too much of the manosphere and filling myself up with female hatred. I mean, if that fucking guy can get a wife, why can't I? Right, you're thinking. That is
It's like what I've noticed. What a lot of people they look at like these pictures of like an Aryan goddess in the field with like the bloke who says yes, the meme where it's like yes, and he's got like a blonde beard and stuff, and there's a lot of people see themselves as that. They're like, yeah, I'm the real Chad. I'm an Aryan fucking kite slammer, and it's everyone else's fucking bait.
Billy, you see what we're reading? We're reading the Brutus plan.
What, the Brutus plan? Has he got a plan?
Yep.
It's 266 pages.
He's got a book, mate. He's got a
I
book.
found it from 2 years ago. Drop it in his Telegram and see if people want to
Drop it and send it to me on Telegram so I can read it. I want to read it because I can't.
It's amazing that a group which prides itself on group psychology never stops to look at the effect of having homosexuals in your gang. What I mean by that, of course, is that the philosophical foundation of the alt-right is basically Catherine Reynolds' Cultural Critique, which is a book about evolutionary group psychology. Whenever I watch the alt-right videos online, I watch the same boilerplate analysis being shown out again and again and again.
Cool.
Jesus, he's nuts, dude.
Has Brutus got a new Telegram group you can talk in?
No, I don't think he does.
Ah, shit.
The Brutus plan. Let's have a read of that then. That looks mint.
We've been laughing about it for about an hour now. It's fucking hilarious, but you were gonna piss. You were gonna absolutely piss me.
I'll make a stream about it. The Brutus plan. We need a plan. The spoils of war. He's proper.
He's really big on Linux, isn't he? He thinks if we all download the Linux operating system, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, fuck knows.
The Brutus plan. The white race is being exterminated by Jews, and we must save it.
He's talking about sluts, so I'll start from here. So it says, but unfortunately, her father didn't care about her, and he let her fuck whoever she wanted to fuck when she was at school. She probably even took boyfriends back to her house and was fucking them in her own room, while her daddy was listening downstairs.
Fuck off! This doesn't happen. The fuck is he on about? It perhaps does happen, but it's not as prevalent as people think.
It happens, but the dad usually's not there.
Downstairs. That
fucking
really
sick.
says something, doesn't it?
I used to know a girl, and her and I had many rendezvous, and her mum and nan would be downstairs, and yeah.
Yeah, that won't happen in my house. I'll kill anyone who comes near my daughter. Just on principle. I'll just say that you got to fight me. That's what it is.
There was one time when she was on top of me and the bed was making lots of noises, and the mum came upstairs, and it was a race to see, like, you know, who can like get dressed the fastest. And yeah, that was.
Oh, you have to do that shit when you're pretending not to have sex. So, oh yeah, fucking hell, you're right, yeah.
Just play fighting, man.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking hot in here, it's sweating.
No, all caps, page 141. All caps, the dissident right must embrace Linux.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Like, what is this
141. It's got
fascination with
260 odd pages. Jesus fucking Christ, Brutus. This is his manifesto before he kills someone.
It's all pure lolcow.
Well, who did he kill in Glasgow?
Well, I mean,
what he's done
for
is
5 pages, right? He's talking about his breakup with Sven Longshank. You know.
141. What he's done as well is he's increased the size of the font so he gets more pages out of it, so it seems like a big book. Very clever.
Morgoth and Sven Longshank stuck the knife in my back. If you don't know the story.
141. Where are we?
I still can't get the point of what he's trying to, like, say. Something like Tara McCarthy?
So basically, my idea is this. If we build our own open source social media network that is pro freedom of speech and impossible to censor, and if we get 10 or 20 million Republican voters onto that website, then we have a good chance of getting our candidate elected, because once we get Republican voters onto our platform, we can red pill them and put them in the right direction.
Bollocks. Well, the problem is that you've got to create your. It's all very well saying we'll create our own social media platform, but it's like social media platforms have got a natural monopoly. Like Facebook have got a natural monopoly. You're never going to compete with them. It's like all these alternative social media applications. They're all equally as. Oh, fuck's sake! Sorry, waifu is being a dickhead.
Well, I think Brutus successfully predicted Parler with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
There are many. How about this one? There are many layers of code in the Google Leviathan. How is a government agency supposed to tell if you've been shadow banned or not? How are you supposed to prove it? Especially if the deep state doesn't really want you to do what Trump tells them to do in the first place.
Are you? So the Hobbit he talks about in the book, is that you?
Oh, am I mentioned in the book?
Well, I think so. Like, why do you care if I hate your friend? Isn't it just a problem between me and him that we need to sort out? Take Hobbit or Caliber or Throttle Grim, for instance. They are my co-hosts on the Batten Gang, and I consider them to be my friends. If you were to randomly attack them for no reason, then I probably wouldn't want to talk to you, because why waste my time with a lunatic?
I remember.
So was he referring to you there, or another Hobbit?
No, that was me. I remember Frolgrim. He was an Australian, and then he just got fed up with, like, no, I'm not. I don't like technology anymore. I'm just going to go back to my VHF radio.
But I think that's the only reference you get.
Not so much again. You know what? I don't mind, like, not being not so. Well, the fact is, I'm still mentioning his manifesto. So when he does, like, you know, when we do find out who he murdered, they'll be like, okay, we need to question this Hobbit.
This Hobbit man.
Yeah. Is it true you're only 4 foot tall? Yes.
But this is written, you know, that New Zealand shooter manifesto where he named like Sargon and PewDiePie and all of it.
As one does.
This is the exact same as that New Zealand shooter one, where he just gets all of the SEO right, you know.
Nice.
Puts in as many YouTubers and internet memes he possibly can, so they can be blamed.
A bit like when the Indians figured out if they said Winter Celebration 2020, they get to the top of YouTube and Google. Do you remember?
Yeah, this is it. But look, when CNN picks this up, they're going to blame Mark Collis and Millennial Woes, aren't they? Spend long chat.
Oh no! What a shame! Oh no! My heart bleeds. Oh, the poor guys. Oh dear. Well, it could be worse.
This half of this has got to be copied and pasted, right? Half of it's directly taken from
One
Wikipedia.
of Brutus's strongest white pills is? It's the concept of the friend zone.
Oh. He knows that very well.
Oh dear.
We all know what Lenin said, if you want to control the opposition, you have to lead it. So how can I trust them when they behave in such this manner and avoid all confrontation on this issue? The same can be said
What page
of
are
Mike
you
Enoch and his wife. What is this? 36.
36.
Mike Enoch and his wife, Richard Spencer.
And I
and his
think
two
I'm going to end my
introductions.
stream there because I don't know what I'm doing. But this is a fun game and I can recommend it. It's £15. Get it now.
Read Brutus.
I
That's
can't
the new
believe
show
it's
title.
not Factorio.
Read Brutus.
Read Brutus, yes. Wait out. The new book, it's available £30 in all good Waterstones and W.H. Smiths. Brutus by James Mason. Out now.